are you?
Captain Josh Dunn, BSAA West Africa batch.
We have the first Resi 5 Desperate Escape preview. Sonic and Sega All-Star Racing, our review. Red Steel 2 swipes at Wii owners. And exclusive stuff on Crackdown in our X10 roundup. Racing games are resurgent at the moment, and hoping to steal Mario Kart's thunder is Sonic and Sega's All-Star Racing. Its first advantage over Mario Kart, it's multi-platform. Advantage number 2, on 360 and PS3, it's in glorious 1080p. So let's pop the hood, get greasy with the monkey or hedgehog, and test drive what's under the bonnet. Go! First off the grid, single player. What do you get? Well, single one-off races, tournaments, and the obligatory time trial challenge, all feature in the game, and they're fairly self-explanatory. The tracks are all Sega themed, some instantly recognisable, some not, all really well designed. During races, you have power-ups and weapons to collect, all with the aim of knocking your opponents out of the way. All sounds familiar. There's an easy-to-use drift system awarding speed boosts the longer you hold a drift. Okay. Winning gives you more Sega points, allowing you to purchase more characters and tracks to race on, a good way of unlocking things in the order that you want them. The racing's good, presentation top draw. Nil point for originality, though. It's basically Mario Kart.
The winner is Amigo! Hey, Groovy Monkey, you're my #1 too.
At release, there'll be over 20 characters you can select or unlock in Sonic and Sega All-Star Racing, with more becoming available as downloadable content. Here's a natty little top 10 of our favourite characters so far. At 10... You gotta love the spiky blue fella, but Sonic and his blue sports car was lacking in control.
Sonic looks in trouble!
At 9... Big Cat. We bought him, we now own him. Who doesn't love an overly fat pussy? At 8, the really annoying Tails. However, we do like his aircraft. At 7, Jackie and Akira from Virtua Fighter have all the right moves, and a super fast Ferrari-style motor to boot. At 6, Amigo! He's our friend, a good all-rounder that loves to play with his maracas. At 5, exclusive to the 360 is Banjo and Kazooie. Their car may be a bit cumbersome, but it's a bear with a bird in a backpack. What's not to love? At 4, Dr. Eggman. What a large car you have. Good for muscling in there. Big car, maybe compensating for something else. At 3, Billy Hatcher, who? He's another all-rounder until his car hatches. Extraordinary! At 2, from Space Channel 5, we have Ooh La La. Ooh La La, sweet. And at number 1, we have Beat from Jet Set Radio. He's the king of spray and an awesome DJ. And his wheels are just a bomb, baby. Pimped up to the max and a true dream to drift.
I feel like a winner today.
We'll continue our review of Sonic and Sega All-Star Racing later in the show. Not content with attempting to steal the show at E3, each year Microsoft hold their own press event to showcase their forthcoming games. This year was no exception, and at X10 in San Francisco, there was much to cheer 360 owners. Marcus Phoenix and Dominic Santiago from Gears of War will exclusively appear in the 360 version of Lost Planet 2. Fable 3 will launch later this year. Dead Rising 2 will be preceded by a 360-only downloadable game, Dead Rising Case Zero, which will link to the 2. In March, Xbox Live will be jumping thanks to the Block Party, a special season of XBLA releases climaxing in the launch of Game Room. But more than anything, the event was a chance for Microsoft to say how great they are.
We've got more AAA blockbuster titles coming this year than we've ever had in a single year. Many big exclusives. Mass Effect 2 just launched in January. We've got Splinter Cell Conviction. We've got Alan Wake coming in May. We've got Crackdown 2. We've got Fable 3. And we have what many people believe is going to be the biggest game of the year, Halo Reach, coming this holiday. So right there you have just 6 AAA games that are all exclusives. That's before you get to Natal, all the stuff happening on Live. So it's a huge year. We're starting it off.
All right already, we get the point. Considering the series' phenomenal success, it's no surprise the developers Bungie keep expanding the Halo universe. This year, we've got Halo Reach to look forward to, and as luck would have it, Bungie's Brian Jarrett was on hand at X10 to spill the beans.
At the end of Halo 3, the Bungie team spent a lot of time thinking about what to do next and where to go, and initially we looked into picking up where 3 left off, following Master Chief and where that story went, but quickly somebody threw the idea out, hey, what about the planet Reach? And immediately that got a lot of resonance within the team, and I think for us it's the opportunity to go back to what was the pivotal defining turning point in the entire sort of Halo human covenant conflict. Very interesting for us. It was a much darker story. The tone and mood was different than our prior Halo games.
Commander.
All units are mobilized and ready.
Didn't think anyone survived Benghazi, sir.
Spartans never died, George. They're just missing in action.
We're still putting the player in the role of one Spartan. In this case, you're called Noble 6. And we're not going to do a lot to flesh out who this character is. It's a vessel for the player, just like Master Chief was. But you're also going to have a supporting cast of really rich characters, and it's a character-driven story. It's about the tale of this whole team.
This new number 6? Affirmative. You picked a hell of a day to join up.
So, does Reach tie in with that Halo anime series?
I think Legends is a really good example of fleshing out that portfolio of fiction, but there's no interaction between the events or characters in Legends. Reach is a wholly original story. It's unique, new characters, new heroes. It's a whole new adventure. For us, this is our definitive Halo title. It's the most ambitious game we've ever made. It's going to be everything that you've come to know and love about Halo with stuff you've never seen in a Halo game, all in a scale and scope that we've never been able to achieve before.
X10 served as a reminder that there's another sequel heading our way this year. Crackdown is coming back down, as must all things that go up. And how did the developers work out what to do with Crackdown 2? They listened to you lot, of course.
People love co-op in the first game, so we definitely got the message people want more of it, you know. And the ability to really do things around the world, but together in the same time, but be able to be separate and come together for the moments they want to, like goof off properly.
4 different players can be playing 4 different missions at the same time, but completely independently. Alternatively, they can be playing the same mission at the same time, together as a tight unit. That's like kind of reinforcing on the fact that we want players to be the people that make those decisions. We don't want technical limitations to get in the way of their gameplay. We want them to explore the world, we want them to figure things out, we want them to have the fun and the creative freedom to do what they want.
Thanks! Anyway, here's some exclusive gameplay. And judging by this, things are going to be a lot more explosive this time. The rooftop battles for control of buildings will return. Now you'll need to fight other players on them as well. You can now enter a lot more of the city's buildings. In terms of vehicles, we really like the idea of hanging on to this chopper, which will allow you to take part in aerial missions on the outskirts of the city. But our favourite bit so far, this shell-spewing Terminator-style shooter. have more from X10 later.
Welcome to Red Steel 2. Thanks for watching. We're going to show you what the game is like later on in the game, at sort of a higher level of difficulty. When you play the game, you will gradually learn the physical skills of using the Wii Motion Plus as a sword, but later on, if you have those sort of skills mastered, you can do some pretty cool stuff. I'm going to show you what that's like. This guy starts out as a sort of a mini-boss in the beginning of the game when you first meet him, but by the time you get this far into the game, he's actually showing up fairly regularly and with packs of other guys, which you'll see that later on too. Nice! Alright, finish him off. Okay. So, we're going to show you how combos work. Combos in Red Steel 2 are about setting the guys up, and then setting them up for the kill, and then finishing them off. I'm going to try and pull off something called the Eagle. Up, and then down, and then finish him up. So that's an Kusagari power that you'll unlock. There's 5 of those in the game. In addition to those powers, there are also just regular combos that you'll buy. So we've learned there's 8 different combos. I can also shoot him in the air. So if I go like that, I can also just go. Ah, damn it, too fast. You know what? Let's make this simpler. Machine guns are cool. So that basic idea, set them up for the kill and then finish them off, is consistent throughout the game. But the difference is, as you unlock extra powers, you can do that in a more stylish way and with more and more reward. I want that. I want that glowy coin thing. How do I get it? Let's do that. Very sophisticated puzzle. Yeah, shoot the explosive. So that's an exploration token, gives you 5 grand. This is one of my favorite rooms, just because it's so pretty. We discovered that Red Steel 2 is a physical input game, and as a result, we seem to have a responsibility of teaching the player the inputs, not just training them with simple tutorials. So I'm going to show you what that's like. This is Jian, your sword master.
You return simply to embarrass me. Must I now wallow in shame to satisfy you? Well, not in this lifetime. Step forward, Kusagari, and learn the way of the tiger.
We take our drama very seriously on Red Steel 2. So this is our Wii girl. She helps us out with our tutorials. There's been a few controversial statements made about her, but we think she's fun. What we found is that if we don't put a ultra high contrast tutorial character on screen doing the exact motions that you must do with the Wii Motion Plus, players don't learn the motions. And that was a real surprise to us, but I mean, in hindsight, it makes a lot of sense. This is the Tiger, which is a defensive power. It stuns the enemy if you can get the timing right, and really opens them up. It's one of the most useful powers in the game.
Still to come, Sonic and Sega All-Star Racing, The Verdict, more from X10, and a world-first look at Resident Evil 5, Desperate Escape.